Hi everybody, I'm Suni. Welcome to a little extended version of ReSet. I'm doing short videos on Facebook now, short live videos, and then recording something a little longer so that if you want to practice more, if you want a little more exploration into what we talked about, there'll be a longer recording here on YouTube. So thanks for joining me. The topic tonight is patience. And you know, I often come up with these topics based on either my experience for the day or maybe what I need. So in doing a longer practice, I often have some notes because I'll get on here and then go, what was I going to say? And so I had written up, some notes for on the computer, what I would work from. And for the past couple of days, my printer has been a little bulky. It's not working right. The Wi-Fi is not great because it's raining, and I don't know. It's just not right. But tonight, I could not print. So there's my handwritten notes. So imagine how patient I was feeling about 10 minutes ago. We always get what we need. So before we start into the conversation, let's do a little practice because it's easier to get centered before we get going. So have a seat. I ask you to settle into a comfortable seat. Sitting or lying down. The objective is that our spine is straight so that the energy might flow. You might sit hunched over a computer all day, and that is not a straight spine, so bring that spine up. Lean a little bit left and right. Find that nice balanced center point, a little forward and back. Same with your head. Let it roll a little bit, finding some center balance point. If you're sitting in a balanced posture, you can sit for a long time. Don't worry. Won't make you sit too long. Let your eyes drift closed if you can. And breathe in deeply. Pause and let the air back out. When I hear the sound of the bowl or the bell, I let that be like my alarm clock, only instead of waking up, I'm turning within. And I encourage you to do the same. Turn within you. And not so much turning inside your head, but allow your attention to drift down into your chest, into your heart center area. That's the source, to me, of my patience, my love, my compassion, my empathy, and my higher self. And I'm not the only one who believes that. There's been a lot of research done about the power, the measurable energy that comes out of our heart center, much, much more so than from our brain. And also the messages that flow through our body. The heart sends many more messages, much more information to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. The heart messages the body more than the head does. So allow your attention to settle away from your brain for a little bit and down into your heart. Breathing in and breathing out. Asking you to turn your attention to this moment. Because in this moment, you're okay. And before your little brain starts yelling at you, okay, we're not okay, don't you know? Shush your busy brain. In this moment, you are okay. You're alive. You're well enough to be sitting here with me. You're clothed and fed and loved. Regardless of what the news headlines might have been today, and I do not know what they were, I know that I'm okay. And you're okay too. By pulling our attention into this moment, we are reminded that in this moment, you can be okay. Regardless of what's going on in the world around you, you can be okay. And reminding yourself of that is so good for your health. Breathing in and breathing out at your own pace, perhaps a little more deeply than you would normally. Allowing lungs to fill and chest and belly to expand. Savoring the breath and savoring this moment of okayness. It's okay. You're okay. I'm okay. I love being okay. I love reminding myself I'm okay. And the only person that can really do this for me, the only person who can really do this for you is you. So take that attention and turn it within and say to yourself, I'm okay right now. I'm okay. Being in this moment is also the only time you can be effective. The only time you can take action. The only time you can teach and learn and be open. Expanding your mind, exploring your heart, your higher wisdom. All of that, anything that we can do effectively as humans can only be experienced in this moment. You can't do anything about that moment in the past or that moment in the future, only now. So be in the now and be okay. Breathing in and breathing out. And when your mind wanders, which it will, that's normal. Don't ever think, oh, I can't do this. There goes my brain again. I have done this for almost 50 years. Ooh. And my brain still some days is like, I heard a cat's up there. I don't know what my brain is doing, but it's really trying to distract me. And it will try, yours will distract you. I ask you to settle into this moment. The first thing that happens is your brain goes, oh yeah? You think you can calm down? You think you're okay? Well, blah, 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 blah. Don't give your brain, don't give that mind so much power. This is a computer up in your head. It does amazing things. But draw your attention down to your heart. Here is where the good juju is. Here's where the love is. Fear gets cooked up in your head. Love gets cooked up in your heart. I want to hang out in my heart, and I want you to also. So breathe in and breathe out. Savoring your okayness for now. Thinking about connection to the earth below, even if you're not sitting on the ground. Let your imagination or your visualization reach down into that earth like the roots of a tree. Grabbing onto a piece of this planet which is massive and large, nurturing, filled with resources. Anchor yourself to this planet. Hold on to her. She will hold on to you. You're okay. And when you feel hooked into that planet, let your attention go above, beyond the ceiling of the room you're in, beyond the roof of the building you're in, up into the sky. Vast, unimaginable space up there. We are teeny weeny, tiny bits in an immense universe. What is above is the sun and the moon and the spirit realm, perhaps. Your ancestors, those loved ones who are passed on, might be floating around up there waving to you. There is a vast lightness up there. And when we need lightness because we're feeling so heavy, let your imagination and your visualization fly up into that vast, fresh, sometimes bright, sometimes dark, expanse of beautiful space. We are part of the universe. That's more than being part of a family or a city or a country. We set up a lot of boundaries and lines of demarcation to separate mine from yours, but it's really all ours. And in this world, this transforming world, I believe that we will be awakened to the idea that we are all one, all loving, all caring for one another, as a team, as a family, as a universe, as a one. So whichever the above or the below, or being nicely suspended between the two feels best to you, just hang out there for a minute or two, breathing in and breathing out. When your mind wanders, just notice as an observer what it wandered to. Gently call it back to this moment, because we're calming ourselves. We're meditating right now. And call that mind back like you'd call a 3-year-old that you love. It's okay. Don't worry. We're fine. Come on back. Have a seat. This is our jam right now. Settle in. Calm yourself. Direct your thoughts. Maybe even smile. We are okay in this moment. And if you practice this reality often, you'll come to believe it more. And it will be a comfort to you and a tremendous boost to your effectiveness as a healthy, happy, balanced, loving human being. Okay. If your eyes were closed, let them float back open. The topic tonight is patience, not because my printer is broken, but because somebody introduced an idea to me earlier this week that just was so illuminating to me. And I just wanted to share it with you for maybe the fact that it would help. But first I start with a little quote. It says that patience is not learned in safety. And that's a quote from Pema Chodron. Pema, P-E-M-A, Chodron, C-H-O-D-R-U-N. Pema Chodron is a Buddhist monk, I think originally from the U.S. She's been teaching for so long and she's so wise. But she reminds us that we don't learn patience when everything's going our way. We learn patience and other virtues when times are trying, when we're not getting our way. Somewhere here I have a pair of glasses. There. Oh, they were on my head. Yep, did that on the video. So we learn during times like now. We learn when we aren't experiencing everything we'd like to do. We're realizing right now that we are not in control. And surprise, my friends, we're hardly ever in control. We wish we were. We've had this feeling we should be, but we're not. The only things you can really control in this life are your responses. And through calming skills, you can learn to direct, if you will, your thoughts. By directing your thoughts, you actually can manage your emotions so much better. And patience is one of those things that you, if you can embrace, it helps you release that idea that you have to be in charge. In this situation we're facing right now, you might call it a pandemic, or the time when we're faced with such awareness of the racial biases in this country. There's a lot of things going on right now, but I'll have one more to add, and some of you have heard me say this before, that I don't see this as a time of a global pandemic, even though, yes, I understand it is real and going on and people are suffering. And I'm not even focusing on the idea that it is a time of us all, especially those of us with lighter skin, to become incredibly aware of the racism, the blatant unfair treatment of others based solely on skin tone. I'm not saying it's not so important, it is, but that's not what I'm viewing this time as primarily. I'm viewing this time now primarily as a time of global awakening, a raising of our awarenesses as humans on a global level. And that means it's not happening just to the US. It's not just happening to China. It's happening to the planet. And there's a relationship too between that and the fact that our activities as humans are affecting our Earth globally also. Because through our greed and our focus on money and profit, we are damaging the Earth in horrific ways. We have to wake up to that. They have to become aware of that and start caring for each other and caring for the planet. And that's going to take a big shift. And if you ask me, well, what can be done right now? What do I need to do right now? Whether you're battling the pandemic or you're trying to help yourself learn more about racism, or whether you're keeping your focus on global awakening, all of the information isn't in yet. That was the piece of the puzzle somebody gave me this week. We don't have all the answers. Well, what do you think we should do? We don't know everything. Think of all the things that we have learned since January that we never thought we'd have to learn. And we know we don't have all the answers. All the information isn't in. The one best solution that will fix all problems isn't in the news. It's not going to be something handed down from a politician, regardless of party. We don't know everything right yet. That's my point. And so it's okay to say, I do not know exactly what solutions need, what steps need to be taken to fix this world right now. And we're not going to know in the next day, week, months. It's going to be a process. And we have to relax and take a deep breath and understand that we have to be patient to gather more information to figure out what to do. We are so spoiled with our instant gratification world. We expect everything in this minute. How many of you have ever panicked because the Wi-Fi is very slow where you're at and you can't get your email? Or I text a friend and then I'm almost, hyperventilating, waiting to hear a response. Well, I asked, because I might have an answer. Do you know, or many of you are too young to remember, but there was a time when, in order to communicate, we had to send a letter that could take weeks or even months to arrive. And human beings were actually created in a time when the communication that we have, this instantaneous world, wasn't even comprehensible. Nobody could dream that. We waited for the seasons. We waited for the moon. We waited for the sun to rise. We were patient people, and we've lost that. So my answer to you right now is please relax a bit. In these changing, transformative times, simply savor what you learn, savor what you can do, and be patient. The one thing that you can do, the one action you can take, is to be kind to yourself and to others. Be loving. Realize that what the answers I need in these transformative times are going to be very different from the answers you need. The issues that are most important to me are going to be different for you, depending on your needs, your life experience, your purpose in life. All of us have different needs and wants. And so a one-size-fits-all solution, just like a one-size-fits-all political candidate, a law, I mean, all of these things can't please everyone. The one thing we can give each other is space, patience, and our love. So in these trying times, I encourage you to cultivate your patience. And when you are faced with a choice, try to do the loving thing. The loving thing. It's not a right thing or a wrong thing, because what's right for me might feel wrong for you, but the loving thing. Give each other space. Give each other room to be patient with each other, to be patient as we learn how this new world is transforming, how we learn our roles. Be patient. I didn't need my notes. I remembered most everything I wanted to say. So in closing, I want to do another practice, and it's a breathing practice that helps with patience. And it's called, I was taught it called box breathing, but I know some people have called it square breathing or foursquare breathing. And it's a breathing practice where we keep our mind on our breath by counting. And we breathe in for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we pause for 4 counts. Like hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we exhale for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now as we start, you'll find, oh, I can't exhale that long. Then go with it. I'm going to be counting, but count to yourself a little bit so that I don't want you to feel stressed. Like, I can't start breathing until she says 1. So breathing practices are hard for me to lead, but because of that, I've been that person like, I'm trying to wait till she tells me to inhale. So a trick on the exhale to slow things down is when you're exhaling, purse your lips and like you're blowing through a milkshake straw. So I'm inhaling, pausing, and then exhaling. I can extend my exhale that way. An extended exhale is incredibly calming to your body. And it also pulls in that patience factor. It's also very stimulating or strengthening for your vagus nerve, V-A-G-U-S, the vagus nerve, which interacts with most of our body organs. It has a lot to do with inflammation and our immune system. So it's very strengthening. So, enough talking. Settle back into that seat for a few more minutes. Let your eyes close. Settle in, leaning forward and back, right and left, finding that center balance comfort point. And if lying down is your jam, that's fine too. Just try to keep our spine straight so that energy might flow from the root chakra at our tailbone, right out the top of your head and back in. Breathing in and breathing out. Reminding yourself that in this moment we're okay. I'm okay, you're okay. We all have baggage and burdens. We have griefs and sadness. Some of us have illnesses. Some of us have trauma from the past. But in this moment, savor and recognize that you are okay. and embrace how that okayness feels, moment by moment. Being okay is very comforting and very empowering. And when your mind wanders, acknowledge what it wandered to, just like a reporter or an observer. Note, oh, I'm worrying again, and then call your mind back to this moment. Breathing in and breathing out. And start by taking a big deep breath, filling chest and belly, pausing, and then letting the air back out slowly. Inhaling again, not quite as crazy deep, but fully so that your lungs expand. Pause, and then exhale. And now I'm going to lead you in this 4 square breathing. And again, following me is not winning. Following your own needs is what we're trying to do. But as the leader, I will be giving you some counts. If you're not ready to inhale when I'm ready to inhale, enjoy a 12 count exhale. Or if you can only exhale for 4 and you have to inhale again, go with that. Relax and enjoy this practice together. But begin with an inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale, perhaps through pursed lips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue. Inhale, pause, then exhale. Each of us will count a little differently. Each of us are capable of inhaling for different periods of time, and especially on the slow exhale, it'll vary. So as you're ready to inhale, when you inhale, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and inhale again. Pause. Exhale. Inhale when you're ready. 2, 3, 4. Pause when you're ready. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Continue breathing, inhaling, pausing, and exhaling. And notice as the practice continues, you can pause a little more, for a little longer, more comfortably. Your body's getting oxygenated and you're calming down. You find that perhaps in the beginning only a 4 count exhale worked for you. But as we practice, you'll find, oh, I can get to 6. Oh, I can get to 8. And some of you, depending on your lung capacity, a 12 count exhale is very easy. So that's why leading breathing practices is really more restrictive. So continue on your next inhale, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, or more if you like. Pausing 2, 3, 4, or more if you like. And when you're ready for that exhale, breathing out. And repeat. mind may wander, but counting is one way to keep your mind in this moment. But we don't want to be machines about it. We want to be relaxed and restful about it. In and 2 and 3 and 4. Pause and 2, 3 and 4. Exhaling for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And refresh with that inhale. Pulling in everything you need on an inhale. Calmness, fresh air, patience. Reminding yourself in this moment you have everything you need. Breathing in this fresh air, pausing just to be still. Then exhaling slowly to calm your nervous system, to settle and strengthen your vagus nerve tone. It's so good for your immune system. This breathing practice is self-care. So do it the way it works for yourself. Know that as you're breathing in not only oxygen but chi, which is life, force, energy, ki, prana, many names for this vital life force. Sometimes people think of it as light. Filling yourself with that, and on this slow exhale you are not exhausting the energy. You're actually building up your energy reserves. You're breathing out expended air, but you're keeping that energy inside. Breathing in. When you breathe in for 2 and 3 and 4, then pause. Then exhale. Then repeat. At your pace, gently and comfortably. Expanding your inhale, lengthening your exhale as suits you and your body. You'll be different on different days. The exhale will extend differently on different days. Depending on your mood, depending on the temperature, depending on your energy levels, just accept it. Whatever's going on in this moment, it's okay. You might have had a tough day. It's okay. That's part of life. It's okay. You're all right. You're strong. Breathing in the energy and the oxygen you need to replenish yourself, to restore yourself. Pausing between that inhale and exhale just to savor the stillness. Something we don't get very often. And then letting that exhale go slowly as you can until you're ready to inhale again. In, pause, and out. In, pause, and out. And when you're ready, suck in one more big inhale, filling up everything as much as you can, pausing, and then just letting it go. If your eyes are closed, let them drift back open. Thanks. This was a long practice for us. But this breathing practice, whatever you call it, square breathing, box breathing, four square breathing, the idea of a counted, metered inhale, a pause, and an exhale. And understand the counting it's only a tool to keep your brain from drifting away. If you find yourself settling into this breathing practice and forgetting to count, you're doing great. And if you find you struggle with this breathing practice because your mind is all over the place, it's okay. You're great too. Taking care of yourself by paying attention, learning to direct your thoughts, caring for your body by letting it settle and recharge is so important in these changing times. Embrace the fact that nobody has all the answers right now. It's okay. Do the loving thing. Take care of yourself. Be kind to one another. And when you can help someone, please help them. I believe that this world that's coming is going to be a world where we not only care for ourselves and those we love, but we care for all of us, all the people, the rich, the poor, the black, the brown, the white, the whatever, the male, the female, the transitioning, the undecided, the unclaiming. It's okay. We care for the plants and the animals and the planet and the water and the air. Building a world filled with love and lots of chi. So thank you for your patience in sitting through this practice with me. I enjoyed it very much, and I hope you'll join me sometime soon. There's new videos probably every week here on the YouTube channel, so scroll through and see. I try to title them so you have some idea what we're doing in them, and they're separated by time frames, so there's little shorties and big long ones. So we had a long one today, so thank you so much. I send my gratitude for you, my patience to you, and great love to us all. Thank you. Until next time. Bye-bye.